What's up, everybody?
It's not as bad when I have my headset turned down.
Another week, another episode. What are you drinking?
It is the mango strawberry lemonade energy refresher from Starbucks.
Trader.
Starbucks right down the street from my house.
Dunks has a new berry acai friggin' drink. That's amazing.
I gotta try that one.
A refresher. But we're going to start off this week with a pack opening. Tori's going to rip a box.
Which one? Left or right?
Right.
Here we go. Yeah, we're gonna start at ripping a box because I bought these the other day and I got sharp on my knife. Wow. And I've been waiting to open these. Found some of these blaster boxes at Target. $30.
Oh,
retail.
shit, at Target.
Yeah, Target had like 6 of them. The Target here, though, they only let you buy 2 at a time. 2 per person, rather. So we got 2 of them. I never noticed that on the inside.
Then we'll get into our WrestleMania impressions. And
yeah, we got a lot to talk about with WrestleMania. That one seems a little bit thicker than the rest. Probably isn't, though. Just my imagination. But yeah, WrestleMania, man. What are your overall thoughts about
it? Night one was a little disappointing. Was that Xavier?
Yeah, we got Xavier Woods there.
Nice.
Xavier, Curtis, Wes Lee.
Night one overall was disappointing.
Bro, wasn't it though?
Yeah.
Like it didn't even feel like I was watching a WrestleMania. It felt like I was watching just a regular Monday Night Raw, or actually more like a SmackDown. Tozawa, Roddy Codes, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sikoa reels of excellence.
But night two was pretty good. They redeemed themselves with night two.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like the same thing, right? Like Tyler Bate, Lex Luger, Stephanie, and a Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte.
Of excellence. I don't think I have that one yet. I'll always take a Stephanie Vaquer card. Or Vaquer, as a lot of people are calling her.
Stephanie Vaquer, as Nikki Bella likes to say.
We got Elton Prince. Malik Blade. Oh, another Alexa.
Another Alexa.
And a Damian Priest.
Focus reel.
I'm noticing the female cards are already going up in value online. They're like $5 to $10 for like a basic female card.
Yep.
Tavion Heights. Jade Cargill. Mick Foley. Trish Stratus.
Trisha.
Hey, we don't have that one yet either.
Trish.
So these are the ones that are the special ones in the blaster boxes.
Right. The steel plate or diamond plate, whatever you call them.
Diamond plate. That's what they are. Yeah, diamond plate says it right there. I was trying to think. What are these called? Man, I'm not convinced that these people that are ripping packs online are not rigged in the system somehow. Because
I know, right?
I watched this dude the other night. It was a Crack Pack Daddy, I think it was. Crack Daddy, whatever his name is. Got 2 blaster boxes. One box had 2 numbered in it. And they were low numbers too. Trick Williams, Alex Shelley, Zelina, we like Zelina, and Rhea Ripley. Hey, I like that. But yeah, I mean, and so far, what in this pack? Nothing. No, because there's no guaranteed numbers in this one.
Nope.
There's nothing guaranteed in here. The only thing that's guaranteed is the 3 exclusive diamond plates. That's it. That's all it's guaranteed in this box.
Yeah.
The universe had guaranteed numbered, which the value on this is very low though.
And the mega boxes have guaranteed. Oh, you got it numbered. That's a 50, right? Or it's 25?
25.
Damn.
Idris and Nofe. I'm sorry, who is that?
NXT.
I mean, it's a pretty card. It's of 25. Hulkster and John Cena. All right, so we got 1 numbered.
Low number 2.
Yeah, of 50. I wonder again what the value is going to be on that. Because again, it's not one of those well-known people, right? Like you pull I mean, it's pretty though, man. That's actually really nice the way that it's glossy. It's a little bit different than the it looks very different from the other ones because I guess the other ones I got were diamond refractors. Yeah, I mean, it looks. I think it's probably because it's orange. It just like
Well, each set of numbers, like numbered to 25, numbered to 50, all have a different color parallel.
it's got like the foiling. I mean, is different. It looks like
Oh,
oil slick almost, whereas these don't have that. Like, see, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but like, see,
oh yeah, it's
it's
just
got like that
straight.
pattern in it, which is cool looking. I like that. The other one's just like that straight refractor. And these actually have like a cool little effect to it. So we got a number of 50. I'm going to be posting these on eBay probably because very few of these I actually want to keep. You know, let's just do it. Let's just rip the other box before we get in all this. That's what the people want to see.
He's ready.
I am.
Yeah, and then we'll
I
get
honestly, I hate to say it, but I don't know if I'm going to be buying any more Chrome. Like, well, I've opened four mega packs and two blaster boxes now, and I've got nothing really good out of it. Or have I opened 5 megas?
You got one auto,
5.
right?
Yeah, one auto, Tony D'Angelo. But like, I just, again, that's why I say I feel like the system is rigged in some way in favor towards these openers. Now, I don't know how they would do that, right? That's just a crazy, wild statement. Otis, Ray Phoenix, The Miz, and a Ciampa focus reel.
Tommaso Ciampa.
But like, I just feel like the value isn't there. Like the ratio of how much I've spent on these to what I'm actually pulling.
It's a gamble, though. It always is with sports cards.
Tyrese. Oh, Bubba Ray Dudley. Oh, and a Becky Lynch.
Tyra May Steele rookie?
It is, yes, rookie. I think, and I'm noticing this too on the Chrome, on the app, when I'm opening things on the Slam app, is like, I feel like there's a lot of NXT people in this. Oh, Chelsea Green. We'll take a Chelsea. Gunther, Naomi, and an Izzy Dane. I should look to see if any of those focus grills are refractors. I don't think they are, though. But yeah, even opening on the Slam app, I'm like not pulling anything great.
Oh, I'm not pulling anything.
It's all NXT. I pulled that iconic Zelina Vega last night out of a regular pack. Hank, New Jack. Is that
Saquon Sugar?
No, that's not a refractor. And a Hitman. Sugar.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything from.
I don't know. Like, I'm seeing, and it's heartbreaking because, oh, look at that. Lola Vice. We don't have a Lola Vice yet, I don't think. Gargano, Carmelo
Hayes. George the Animal Steel.
George the Animal. Keep a Carmelo. We'll put the Lola.
Before we get into the WrestleMania stuff after this, though, it was good last night seeing the send-off for Sol Ruca on NXT. She had that street fight with Zarya.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it.
And then at the end, speaking of Sol Ruca, but her and Zarya hugged after the match, and
yeah, I liked her. Nice. It is, yeah, it's a focus reel. I did like Sol popping up on Raw.
Yeah,
and I like what they're kind of doing with this feud that they seem to be starting with her and Liv. Ooh,
I like how they threw her right in there with Liv to see how she would do.
Thea and a Roddy Piper.
Was that your last pack?
That's it, bro.
Oh,
nothing in this one. No specials. Yeah,
that's rough.
Yeah, right. Like nothing special in this one because none of these are refractors even. Yeah. Got some cool cards, but again, like it doesn't feel like, I don't know. To me, it just doesn't feel like the value is in these boxes. Yeah. I doubt that Idris is going to be worth anything. Maybe $10 being it out of 25 because he's someone that we really don't know. It's a pretty card though. But yeah, I really don't know if I'm going to be buying any more Topps Chrome. I took a chance. Bought these blaster boxes because I hadn't bought them yet. And of course, yes, it's a gamble.
$20.
Really?
Yeah.
me putting him up online then. See if anybody wants him.
That's how much people have it listed at buy it now.
Yeah. Question is, how many have actually sold?
Yeah.
You can list anything for buy it now. But yeah, I just again, it's disappointing. And again, I know it's a gamble. I was a Magic player for a long time, but the thing with Magic though is you could open packs and still get usable cards, right? Even if they weren't valuable, they're still usable because there's a card game you're playing. Whereas here, you're just kind of getting cards, and unless you're trying to complete a PC or something, it just.
If you're collecting, I mean, it could be.
Yeah. If you're collecting, I mean, I think I'm not seeing, at least in those packs, right? There weren't a ton of dupes, which is nice. Which card did I drop? Oh, I dropped my Bird Girl. Bird Girl. Fell out of my bag or my pack, my box. Bird Girl. Yeah. So that's that. Womp womp. Start out today's podcast with disappointment.
Yes. Then we get into
$60. Like I could just, what can I spend $60 on that would be better than that? A game. I could buy a new game of some kind.
A Danhausen t-shirt.
A Danhausen t-shirt. Not even $60. That's $40. Bro, did you see Danhausen is going wild on social media, and I absolutely love it. Did you watch the clip I sent earlier of him as John Cena? And I was claiming that since John Cena passed the torch, he's now considered the GOAT.
Yep. And since he walked the red carpet at the Hall of Fame, he's now in the WWE Hall of Fame. Yeah, dude's freaking hilarious.
I was like, "Hell, my drink." Good. No, I'm loving what he's doing now.
That segment on night 2 was pretty good.
Did you see that? That was actually a lot of it was the Miz's idea.
Yeah, because originally they didn't have him getting carried out, and he went to some of the little people and was like, "Do you think you could carry me?"
Yeah, and they were like, "Seriously?" Yeah. So like the Miz ended up adding to that. And then John Cena apparently was just ringside when they were rehearsing, and John Cena was like, "Hey, can I be a part of this?"
Yep. Which I think is pretty cool, having that little bit of attention from some veterans and Hall of Famers, because we know John Cena is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
What I'm really noticing more and more too is the Miz is really doing a lot to help other talent.
Yeah,
and he plays. His character is this cocky, arrogant a-hole. But when you actually see behind the scenes and hear stuff, you realize how he really is all about the people and helping people. Yeah. And now I wonder how much it stems back to the fact that Taker, took him in and was like, you're part of the locker room back when he was being shunned by everyone. And he saw that respect and didn't want anybody else to be treated that way, excluded. So
yeah, and back then it was more, there was mentorships. It was, how can they helped each other. They, they knew, and I'm starting to see it more and more now. We'll get into it, like the Brock Lesnar stuff, but seeing it more and more now. Some of these guys are like, okay, I'm not going to be here forever. We want this business to still be here when I'm gone. Let me help the younger guys get to where they need to be or learn. And I think
because a lot of them, they either didn't have that, or they did. They had that one person that really took them under their wing and showed them. So they want to make sure that they're passing that on. And it's great that I think you're really seeing the business turn from just being kind of selfish to really being about community and about like you said, preserving the brand and the industry. But yeah, all right, let's kick this thing off.
Night 1. Or actually, we're gonna go a little out of sync here.
Down the segments that we have listed here.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the main event of night 2 and just talk about Roman beating CM Punk.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. The first thing for me, that did not go the way that I predicted at all. In a good way.
None of us predicted that at all, and that's what I think made it even better.
Beautiful. I think one of the comments I saw on Reddit was, "I've been sports entertained," and I completely agree. That's one of the first things Rachel said when we finished the match. She's like, "That was such a good freaking match." That felt the most like wrestling that we've had in a long time, right? No shenanigans, no interference, nothing other than these two guys putting on probably the best performance they put on ever. I dare say, like as far as in the ring together, it was phenomenal. I mean, the acting, the selling, the teamwork, it was so well done.
Yeah.
And their characters, right? Like the way that Roman and Punk countered each other and like the look of shock. And you can see that point where Roman's kind of like, what's happening? Like, what's going on? But then like as the match went on too, like you saw Punk, like was his age catching up to him kind of a
Yep.
thing. And it was just the near falls, the drama. And I think they did a really good job building into this with the whole hating you and I hate you. And then the whole like kind of like I respect you, but I hate you thing. And
Right.
it just built a lot. And then when we got into it, man, it was good.
And I think the fact that a lot of people thought, there was speculation The Rock was going to get involved,
Mm-hmm.
people are going to get involved to slingshot this corporate invasion
Yep.
angle. And I think also the fact that over the years, Punk and other people have brought up that Roman's had the title because there was people there behind him to help him.
Yep.
The
Yep. But he's
Usos
never
were
won anything
always
by
showing
himself.
up.
Yep.
Yep. And then Jacob,
Yep.
Solo. And the fact that they had a one-on-one match where Reigns wins clean,
Yeah.
cemented Roman being probably the greatest of all time in
Yeah.
that one
Roman
match.
definitely proved that he could stand on his own.
Right.
Right.
Because
He
there was
showed you.
a lot of fans and even people, podcasters, journalists, all that were like, yeah, Roman, he's held the title, but every match he's won pretty much won because there was interference.
Yeah. Yep.
And now we have to say, he got that respect because he won by himself.
And it seems the direction he's going from there, like at the post show and everything, he said, listen, he's like, I'm going to put all this part-time champion stuff to rest. So it really seems that Roman is stepping into this new era and really owning the
Yeah.
championship, because that's something he's talked a lot about recently in his return, is the weight of the championship belt and the weight that carries and stuff like that. Even in the promo last night, right, or Monday night with Fatu,
Yeah.
is like, I don't know if you're ready for this weight. And so I think he's really going to show us now that a champion needs to be present and needs to fight, needs to defend that title. But yeah, man, that match was so good.
And you brought it up, the promo with Jacob, but also the post-show press conference or post-show interview he had, where he basically was like, "Oh, but you said you can kill me. Let's see what you can do during the summer."
Yeah, you're a little new still, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "You're a little new." He's like, "Let's see how you do during the summer, and we'll, reevaluate or revisit this." He's laying the groundwork for different things for fans to look forward to.
Yep.
I got to say that Jacob Fatu promo on Monday, we've seen Jacob in the ring. We've seen his promos over the last 2 years, but I think Monday night was one of his better moments where he was like, I don't want that title. I need that title.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I don't want the tribal chief, but I want everything the tribal chief has.
Yep.
And I loved that. It sets up and the fact that Roman's going to be there week after week now, because he was like, I'll give you a week. We'll talk next week.
Yeah.
And we can finally look forward to having, like you said, that champion there that needs to be there every week.
And I think too, like, tapping into the Monday night thing, Roman coming out with the Usos, inviting them out, right?
Yep.
Like them not just expecting to go out, them not following him out, and then really kind of he's setting up and pushing that they're equals now.
Yeah. I don't want you to serve me. I want you to be next to me.
Yep. And I think, we've got the bloodline starting that we've wanted. Not this power struggle bloodline, not the, I'm Roman, I'm the tribal chief, and you do everything I say, and that arrogant, like, I think we're not getting the arrogant Roman now. We're getting the focused Roman.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting the Roman that was the champion, lost it, and realized, I think, what he lost. So now this time he's not going to take it for granted.
It's like even Jimmy said was, you're still the tribal chief, but now we're family.
Yeah.
again.
Yep. Yep. And I would love for the angle to end up being Jacob rejoining the bloodline. And I think what we'll probably eventually see is the MFTs versus the OC, the OTC and the original bloodline.
See,
I
I'm
think we're
on
going
the
to see that.
fence with that because I mean, it would be good to see, the way it should have been last year when they
Mhm.
had that feud, but I don't know if we need to revisit that side of it.
I think they need to, because, and the reason I say this is because that MFT is kind of like really fizzled out. So I think Roman with the bloodline now, if we do revisit that, I think is a good way for them to wrap up the bloodline conflict and reunite everyone under the bloodline. Right? Like it's not going to be any more like, oh, Solo, you're just my enforcer. I think there is really an opportunity now for them to build the bloodline back and be that strong force in WWE.
They need to promote the bloodline right now because we have the May 23rd, the release of the Bloodline Jordan 12s.
Oh yeah, those, yeah.
I'm going to try to get me a pair. They look pretty good, the black and red. But
and from the other side of it, Punk, right?
yeah,
Like Punk showed that even though he's older, he can still stand with Roman, who's, we're considering probably the greatest of all time.
yeah, he can still go.
Yep, he can still do it. And then he showed up on Monday night and said, "Listen, you probably expect me to take a vacation, to take time off." He's like, "I'm not. I'm going to be here because, you don't know when an opportunity is going to come up, and that's how I got my opportunity this last time." And it shows
Yeah, and
Punk
how
that,
he
like, again,
ended
Punk's
that.
in the business.
Yeah, and how he ended that promo with Cody, because Cody did come out on Monday,
Yep.
and Punk was like, "Just say when." He's like, and looking at the title, he's like, "I'll come for yours too." So,
Which might be a way for them to move Punk over to SmackDown and kind of separate him and Roman for a little bit, so there's not like
yeah.
this proximity.
I would
I
love
can't. I
for
think
Punk
that'll
to
keep the focus
have
better.
to start some sort of faction or small group to go against the Bloodline.
Who would you see? Who could you see going against them, or like what joining with Punk?
Punk, Cody. We could bring back KO.
Yeah.
There's really only 3 on the Bloodline side at the moment, so we only really need 3.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, does that just further the Roman Punk feud that we kind of have a good resolution to right now?
Yeah, it does. I mean, but you want your top guys feuding.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
would bring Cody into the mix.
I don't think Cody's going to hold the title long.
I don't see who would.
Yeah. I just don't see him holding
Punk's
it
the
long.
one that takes it.
I think it's possible, even if it's for a short period of time, just to give him that prestige of, getting that title too.
He's already had that title though.
Yeah. I don't
10
know.
years ago.
10
15 years ago.
I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go with that.
Yeah.
Because Cody still got the stuff to deal with Orton.
I don't know if that's going to progress any further.
I don't know. And did you see? I mean, I know we're not on that match yet. We're like, one spot away from that. But how Pat McAfee now is talking about how Cody is really great and stuff now on social media. It's like,
yeah, we can talk about that now. I mean,
okay, that's why the heel angle for me didn't work for Pat, because he's not a heel.
Yeah.
Like he's always been that person that supported people and Randy, and he's always been like, the good.
Yeah.
And then he did this whole heel thing, and now he's on social media talking about Cody, like how much respect he has for Cody and this and that. I'm like, it just doesn't fit, man. Like, because I believe that's the real Pat.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm confused with how that whole thing went about at the end of the match, where referee got RKO'd, Pat comes back as a referee, could have fast counted for Randy to win, but didn't. And then Randy looks at him. He looks at Randy like, "What do you want me to do?" And then Randy RKO's him, which it kind of fell flat to me.
Yeah. Yeah. The build-up for that story, I feel like there wasn't enough payoff for it.
There really wasn't.
I mean, we finally got to see Randy do a punt. Cody retained, which, unless they give Randy a shot at the title again next year for Mania,
yeah,
I feel like he's really been robbed of his Mania moment, and of getting that title, that 15th title. I don't know. It just, again, night one was a dumpster fire.
yep.
And that match just felt slow. It felt boring. Now, I will say, though, in comparison, it was probably one of the better matches of the night.
Yeah.
Because we actually said that was a better street fight than the street fight they had, or than the unsanctioned match they had, which was just super disappointing. But yeah, I don't know, man. It kind of, I just, like you said, there's no payoff. Like, I'm just kind of like, all right, cool. Like, we could have not had night one and been fine. You could have not had night one at all, and nothing would have changed story-wise for a lot of people.
Just real quick hit. I don't want to interrupt the podcast for too long, but Man City's now in first place in the EPL.
Told you. Told you.
All right.
Throw it away every season.
I want to wait till Friday to see who or what's going to happen between Cody and Randy, if that's going to progress or if Pat McAfee's going to come out. But I do have to say that moment with Pat McAfee on the stretcher where he gives the thumbs up and then flips off the crowd. I was freaking cracking up. I was like, oh, this dude.
Not to derail, but we're tied for number one. So let's correct that. It's
but
not
it
a clean number
Arsenal
one.
at number one because of our record against Arsenal.
We're 70-70 though. So we're number one.
But if the season ends right now, we win the title in tiebreaker.
Yeah, and then you get relegated. Anyway,
we're not.
That's a different podcast for a different time.
That's a different podcast. But
you did say that the Bells were going to take it.
Yeah.
And chat here. Yeah.
We do got to say though, the start of night one, I was shocked. Oba versus Brock.
You mean night two?
Night two. That's what I meant.
Yeah, night two. Night one? You said night one.
Oh, yeah. I meant night two. But yeah, the match was short, but it was good.
Yes. I think
did what it needed to do.
Good storytelling.
Yeah, it did what it needed to do.
Yep.
It didn't need to be an overly long match. It was two big guys just going in there to beat the shit out of each other and prove a point. And I think both did.
Yeah. And from what we know is that Brock apparently handpicked Oba for that match.
Yeah.
And it was Brock's passing of the torch, right? Because he doesn't want to do it anymore, right? He's done. And then we have the moment of him out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Retiring.
The biggest pop of like the first few matches had to have been when Oba got F5'd and then got up.
Yeah. Yeah, got up like almost instantly.
Yeah, the crowd was
even when Brock tried to clothesline him too, and he just kind of bounced off.
Yeah, stepped real quick. Yeah. It was the crowd was into it from the go, and
it was a good match. Yeah, and then the Brock did a really good job too, like selling in that, because when Oba was countering these things or he wasn't falling to certain things that would destroy somebody else, Brock, you could see the frustration and I wouldn't even say frustration, but more of the
shock.
The shock, yeah, the shock. Like, holy crap, did that just really happen? And I think it did really set up Oba as the ruler, right? As this new force that's going to be a force to be reckoned with in WWE.
And I have to say, during that match, outside of Brock and Oba, I think Paul Heyman brought a little bit to that match because of the fact that Paul Heyman's expressions, his mannerisms when things happen, it's just like, yep. But
and then we have the
Oba winning clean shocked me.
Yes, Oba winning clean, no interference, no shenanigans. I mean, it was
Night
good.
two felt like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said. Night one could not have happened and it would have been fine.
Oh, 100%.
I hate to say it, but it's just that's the way it was, right? Like,
yeah. But the after the match.
Oh, I think so. I think that's definitely Brock's last match.
Oh, 100%.
I know he's signed on for more appearances, but I really think that Brock's at that point where he's just like, I don't care. I'm doing it the way I want to do it. He probably they probably got the idea that Gunther's going to retire, and he's probably like, you know what? I'm not getting retired by Gunther. I'm going out on my terms.
Yeah,
the Beast is going to go out. Yeah, the Beast is going to go out his way.
Yep.
And even if that's how it ends.
Yeah, he was like, if I'm passing the torch tonight to Oba, I'm done after this.
I'm passing it. Like it. Yes, and it's like because again, that's the thing too is if you lose to Oba, how do you come back and look strong after that, right? Like that to me solidifies story-wise that Brock is at the end.
But if he can't beat the new up and coming, if he didn't take his boots off and leave him in the ring, he could have come back from that match still looking strong because.
But did he come back and just lose again? Right?
Yeah, like, that's the only issue I would have if he comes back and loses to somebody like Gunther.
If he would come back, it wouldn't have the same effect, right? Like I feel like Brock retiring, almost seeming like Oba caused him to retire, elevates him to an even different level story-wise. You're such a force to be reckoned with that Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, retired after your match, right? Because then Brock comes back and sure, he might fight people and beat people, but then just be like, well, Oba beat him, so Oba can beat you, right? Like it just, I think career-wise and story-wise, I think that is the best route for them to go, for Brock to go. Just ride off into the sunset, let Paul Heyman tell your story and the legacy like he did on Monday night, and holy crap, that was such a good segment.
That was.
Like, I mean, Paul Heyman's a magician on the microphone anyway.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, the emotion, and everything, it's I think that was done perfectly.
You could even Oba has that ability. I'm noticing that he's not just a big guy that's just going to go out there and beat people. His ability to show that emotion, and because all the way up the ramp after that match, he just kept looking back and was like, "Did that just happen? Did I just beat Brock?" And he just kept looking back with that look of shock.
Yeah, I don't think he fully knew that he was going to be winning that.
I think so, but I think
you think so? I don't know. The look on his face when he won. Like when it hit him, because when he looks at the ref, he's like, that was genuine shock. Like so I'm wondering if in the moment Rock told him that he was going to win. Like when they were locked up.
We'll find out on Unreal.
Yeah, we'll find out on Unreal.
I want to see if that's the case though, because
hopefully it doesn't spoil anything for Raw for you, since you said you didn't watch it. But if you didn't watch it and you want us to go into it, I can tell you what happened with Paul Heyman.
The only thing I will say is the whole Paul Heyman thing and Raw was 2 nights ago. Sorry, Steve. But when he was like, the guys in the back need to take him off during the intro of Raw, the then, now, forever, when he was like, you still have him on the now. Brock Lesnar is forever. Y'all need to go back and re-edit and put Brock in where he needs to be. And there was also rumors that no one knew that Brock was retiring.
Apparently, Triple H didn't even know.
Yeah.
So now the thing I'm seeing online is people are talking about how Brock threw up the X at the end. He looked at the camera and threw up the X.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, and so people are speculating, did he throw that up? Because that's usually a signal when something's off script. So people are wondering if he did that just to let people know, like, this is real. Like, this wasn't planned. This is real. And that was it. But yeah, that's a new conversation that's going on online right now.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. Yep.
While he still had his boots on too, it was probably like, I'm going off script right now.
Because he was taking his glove. I think he was taking his gloves off, and then he did that.
No, he was standing up when he did it.
I know. I'm saying I think he took his gloves off, and then he did that, and then he sat down, because then he had that whole emotional. I mean, that was real emotion too.
Yeah.
Like when he started taking the boots off and everything, that was real. But yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling that, and again, who's going to tell Brock, like, oh, you can't do that? Like, he did it. It's Brock Lesnar. It's like Taker doing something and then being like, you can't do that, Taker. Right? Like, It just, I think he's one of those people that's earned the ability to kind of do it the way he wants to do it at this point in his career. But the montage they cut for him on Monday night was awesome.
Yeah.
That was really
Yeah,
good.
there's
And that's
rumors
another
that
thing I want to hit on. The montage, the openings they did for Punk and for Roman, phenomenal.
yeah,
Phenomenal video packages, man. Bringing back Punk's what was it, his Ring of Honor theme and
yeah, his
everything.
Ring of Honor entrance
That was wild.
when I first heard it, I was like, are they really? I was like, is this really they're going
I
back?
kind of was hoping they were going to do the Kill Switch intro, but
Oh,
the way they did that one was fantastic.
it really was.
Yeah. And then Roman with the orchestra and the entire Bloodline legacy, the dynasty up there.
His
That was
dad,
great.
everything.
And I will say, night one's opener for Cody was really good. I like the Hall of Cody's.
The
And
Hall
going
of
back
Cody.
through all the different versions of Cody throughout the years. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But
That whole Samoan entrance was really
it was
amazing.
wild. Yeah. They did a really
Loved
good
it.
job with that. Again, that felt like Mania intros, though. That felt like what a main event should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little transition though into our next topic, but I don't understand some of the entrances, like the Rhea and Jade Cargill, because what those that have been watching wrestling forever know the order of entrances when it's a championship match. Challenger comes out first, champion comes out second. Why did Jade come out first?
Because she wasn't going to win.
It was
Honestly, they're putting the person that's over.
foreshadowing.
They're putting the person that's over second because they knew, listen, bro, they knew Jade was not going to get the pop. They knew that was going to be a lackluster energy going into the main event.
Yeah.
I mean, logically, it makes sense for Rhea to go second because carrying that momentum into the match.
But you need to follow tradition.
I think they've broken that a few times now.
They have, and it bothers me every time.
It doesn't bother me. I don't see it as an issue. But again, I have a different perspective than you when it comes to things like that. Like, I would rather them lead in with the better hype into the match versus, because let's be honest, bro. If Jade would have come out second and we would have had that lack of a pop and that energy going into that match, nobody else would be really invested in it.
I wasn't invested in it to begin with.
I was invested in it to see Rhea win.
True.
And Jade came out looking like a loofah.
I wonder how, like, if
she can't sell the mic. Yeah.
I wonder if Seth Rollins brought that outfit for her, or if he invited it over to go through his closet. I mean, that's the first thing I thought of. But okay, when they first showed that camera angle of which she was walking out, and it was a little bit darker, the first thing I thought of was Chris Tucker and Fifth Element.
Yeah.
I was like, good Lord, what are we doing here?
And I couldn't figure out, like, is it hair? Is it dust? What's it supposed to be?
That's why I thought it was, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, that her hair?
Yeah.
But
I liked Rhea's though. Rhea's was cool with the insane asylum and everything. And then she had the different makeup on this time, kind of like that almost EO style makeup.
Yeah.
So I thought I'm glad Rhea got it.
Yep.
She needs
one thing I do have to say though, and I hate to admit this, it seemed like during that match that Jade has been training. There was some moments during that match where I was like, okay, all right, Jade, that was decent. That wasn't as bad as I'm normally used to you seeing. So, I mean,
but also she's going up with Rhea as well, who's very good at helping carry the match.
Right, but we've seen Jade in the past, regardless of who she's in the ring with, botching, missing moves, looking stiff. So there were moments that, she looked okay.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, I felt the same way when Nia Jax came back. I was like, she's going to be ass.
Yeah.
But then I started giving her that benefit of the doubt and gave her that moment to prove me wrong. And she did.
I think Jade could be good if she humbled herself a little bit, right?
Yeah.
She needs to step back, get better on the mic. Because she's got the strength, right? It's just the technical she's got to work on, get better on the mic, and they need to develop a story for her. She needs a character. She needs buy-in. I think that's a big thing is like, there was no buy-in, right? Like Rhea has the buy-in. Rhea,
Yeah.
I mean, she's not only is she over, but like the whole thing too, of like reclaiming her title and all that stuff,
Yep.
right? Like we had that, and so I think that's the thing with Jade, right? Is there's just nothing there. There's no push, there's no story development. Again, that's not necessarily on her, that's on creative. It's like we talked
Right.
about with Julia, right? A champion who just kind of falls flat because there's no story.
And that's the issue with Jade. And I don't put it 100% on her. I put it a lot on, well, not a lot, but somewhat on Triple H and creative. Because when she came in, she was pushed right to the top. Some people didn't know who
Mm.
she was,
Yeah.
and they didn't give her a chance to develop. And then she was gone. How
Again,
long
same
was
thing
she
with
gone?
Julia.
Yeah.
She was gone for a
But
while because of that injury. Yeah. But same thing with
yeah.
Julia, right? We talked about that. They brought her in from NXT.
Yep.
Nobody really knew who she was. None of the majority of the casual fans didn't know who she was.
Right.
So it's hard for us to like be hyped and excited because like, okay, cool. Like I think that's what they did with Stephanie is they did a decent job of bringing her up from NXT, but also putting her front and center
Yeah.
with things. And then also her developing her mic skills, her developing her, just presence with the main roster. But then also they did a very good job of working her into a story with Liv Morgan. And that whole back and forth was very
Yeah.
good. And we know we're not done with that. Because we saw, Monday night, we saw a little tussle there between the
A
two
little
of them.
tip.
And which I'm glad. I'm looking forward to that because I think I said this is I like the idea of Stephanie losing her belt because now I think because of the way Stephanie's mentality is and her character is, we're not going to see her rise up from the bottom, right? She's going to fall, and she was clearly upset. I don't know if she didn't know she was going to win or didn't. I don't know because she was like, you could see her crying on the side, like people were showing that after the match.
Yeah.
Like she was definitely like genuinely distraught, and so I think she's the type of person that can absolutely not completely lay down and just roll over, but she's going to show that determination of I lost my title, but I'm going to work my ass off to get it back. Like I'm
Right.
going to fight for it, right? Show me that you grew up on the dirt streets and that you have to scrap and do what you needed to do to get to where you want to be, right?
Right.
So, I think we'll see that. That's going to be a very good
I
story
think
arc.
so. I want to see Jade get knocked down to
Yeah.
mid card to see how she reacts and see how she develops from there.
Yeah. I like that idea. Stephanie going after the IC, her and Lyra. Yeah,
Her
that
and
would be good.
Lyra would be a fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their styles would mix really well together.
Yep.
Which that's another person, Lyra. Lyra's done a great job too of coming up and getting better. But again, she's had Bailey,
Yeah.
and Bailey's clearly helped her. But yeah, and then you talk about that too in chat. We're talking about Maxine. Like Maxine stepped up, but again, Maxine had Natalia, and
Yep.
so
They get that mentor that helps them.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Is that they're teachable. They want to learn. They know that they don't have it all together.
Right.
And so get advice from obviously the people that have held their own. But the fact that they're willing to, right? Like that's what we've seen with The Miz. The Miz has been doing that. The Miz did that with Carmelo. He's working with not Elton Prince, but it's Kit Wilson.
Kit Wilson.
My brain just blanked out.
I was giving you a chance.
That was Kit though. Yeah. And so we're seeing that I think more and more. We could talk about this a little bit at the beginning, but we're seeing those people start to take the newer people under their wing and help them elevate, right? So I think that's what Liv's doing with Roxanne, right? I think that's another one. I think we're definitely going to be a big star because she's getting better. She needs to stop doing that little whirlwind pounding thing that she does. That just looks really fake.
Oh,
but
really
again, we're seeing these people from NXT that are really quality people come up to the main roster and get some really good support behind them, and they're going to develop into fantastic superstars. That's going to be just carry things on. Like so again, and with JD.
Yeah. And with that, the Rhea win, because Rhea's been on on Raw. She's a Raw superstar who challenged Jade for the title. After that, she was officially traded to SmackDown.
Yep.
And had that little moment with Liv.
Yeah.
In the hallway.
That's one. Sorry, chat saying here. That's one that I agree with. Raquel does need an IC run or something. She's done such a good job of redoing her character since she's come back. Because at first when she came back, we're like, she's stale. She's just not doing it. But when she got
said
with
it was
Kevin Nash,
that Kevin Nash thing.
yep, big sexy.
Yep, telling her to embrace the big sexy.
And I think that's the thing, right? She really has embraced the fact that she's a big woman, she's strong, she's got that presence, and that's what has made her so good, is because she's leaned into who she is, and she's owned it. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I think back to the Rio thing. I think we're all a little sad to see that end, but I think it was a nice way for them to kind of end that storyline so that Rhea could move up to SmackDown.
Yeah. We're gonna get a
lot of changes after.
We're gonna get that post-Mania shakeup now with Rhea going over, Io staying on SmackDown or on Raw. Another entrance that got me was Trick Williams. Like halfway through his entrance, I was like, did he go to the bathroom and get toilet paper stuck to his shoe?
That's what I said. That's what I said to Rachel.
Yep. That's what I said to Stefan. I was like, dude, it looks like he has toilet paper stuck to his shoe.
The CVS receipt.
Yeah. But the fact that like he kept looking back,
I think he was getting caught.
How long are we going with this?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest, man. That match was disappointing.
Yeah.
Again, I love Trick. I think Trick's got a great future. Sammy's good in his own right, but it just felt weak. And I think bringing Lil Yachty into it, again, another one of these situations where he put a rapper in there for no reason, like just a celebrity. But that match just felt flat to me.
That was a flat moment of the night.
Yeah, it really was. Like, if I'm going to skip a match to go to the bathroom, that would have been it, unfortunately. Because Trick is over. I mean, Trick's great.
100% over.
But for whatever reason, I think they just... Yeah, I just think they didn't
pepper steppers are, but if it works for them.
It works, yeah, let them do it.
But the match before that...
Oh my gosh.
The ladder match.
Yo. Match of the weekend? It's up there with the main event. Outside of main event.
Non-main event match of the weekend. Match of the weekend was
absolutely. Dude, I had so many oh shit moments during that, and we were just going wild because they sold, man. They put themselves on the line. Everybody, JD, Rusev, even the guys that aren't high flyers, man, they all showed up for that. It was beautiful just seeing the luchas, right? Like, obviously Rey Mysterio, for being 57 now, I think.
51.
51? Okay. He's in his 50s. He's still got it. Like, he's still doing decent for his age, man, especially what he does and how long he's done it. Dragon Lee, we talked about how it's been really cool to see him like really step into the spotlight more and really step up and see his skill.
And we talked about it last week, and I mentioned
AJ Styles working with him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about it, and I brought it up in our show last week when we were talking about this match, was I think they added Rey Mysterio into it because he was a big influence on Dragon Lee and Penta.
And Penta, yeah.
And them being able to, all three of them were in the ring at the beginning. Everyone else got thrown out, whatever. But just having the three of them have that moment together in the ring, I was going nuts.
Yeah, it was definitely, I think, a way for them to kind of honor Lucha Libre and that whole legacy. But man, I mean, Javon Evans, obviously great. Some beautiful spots, and then friggin' Penta doing the Mexican Destroyer on JD onto the ladder. Dude, I was like, he's dead. JD's dead.
Yeah. And then Rusev going through the ladder on the outside.
Yeah.
It was all around great match.
Rusev did a great job. I feel like Rusev, they're underutilizing him, right? They don't have a good story for him right now.
Yeah.
But man, he's every time I see him more and more, I'm just like, man, he's pretty damn good.
He is.
And he fits in really well with a lot of the people.
Yep. Yeah. They need to go back to the Rusev Day angle.
I've heard the rumor that that's where they're going to go.
I hope so.
Yeah. Go back to Rusev Day. Yeah. But yeah, that was a great match. Penta got the title. I thought for a second they might give it to Javon.
I thought so Javon for a second. I was like, because he's so over, everyone likes him, but you got to think Penta's established. Penta's huge right now. So
I mean, in AAA and in WWE. Yep. So, and Penta, damn it, he's done a good job, man. His mic skills have gotten he had great mic skills when he did Spanish.
Yeah.
And I remember when he first came to WWE, they weren't super strong in the English because that's not his first language.
Right.
But like his him on the post show, he did a great job.
Yeah.
Like he's another one who's really developed himself even more.
I think
Rusev and Powerhouse Hobbs.
WWE, I don't know, but it seems like with a lot of these international stars now that English isn't their first language, it feels like WWE is stepping up and getting them the coaching and possible, a tutor to learn English.
Yeah.
A little bit better to get, over with the fans more. And I like that.
They're definitely, it seems like, they're definitely helping them.
Biggest debut of the weekend, though, or return of the weekend. Women's tag title match.
Yeah. And did you see what I think it was Brie Bella said? I think it was one of the Bellas. How she said it was leaked. Somebody leaked it. And she said she's gonna find out who it was because she remembers everyone that was around them when they were planning that. Because again, it was one of those ones where I think it was great, obviously, but I think it definitely, we said it would have been better as a surprise.
Yeah.
Because even Michael Cole said like nobody knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah. Nobody knew
that was part of the script.
Yeah. I mean, unlike the Penta debut where he was like, this is the worst kept secret in wrestling when Penta debuted. Yeah. But with Paige, it was just, I was happy to see her come back. It wasn't how I thought she was going to come back, but the fact that, and this is shocking to me because I didn't realize that she's been out of WWE for what, 5-6 years now?
Who?
Paige.
9 years, I thought, or 8 or 9.
Okay, so
yeah,
but she's been gone that long. She's only 31.
Yeah, she's very, very young still.
I didn't realize she was that young.
Mm-hmm.
So she still has a long time ahead of her to be in WWE and be in that.
Well, I mean, yeah, she started when she was very young.
Yeah.
So I think didn't she even like lie about her age to get in like certain wrestling events and stuff?
No, she worked in wrestling events in the UK because her parents owned a wrestling company.
Yeah. But I mean, you look at too, like her staying power, right? She had been gone for so long, but the reception she got when she came back, like
that was huge. That was one of the pops of the night.
She stuck around. Yeah, she stuck around with the fans.
And I loved Nikki or Brie on Raw where she accidentally called her by her real name.
Yeah, you're right, Becky. Yeah.
She called her Soraya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that was it. Did you ever see that movie, Fighting with My Family?
Yes.
Yeah, it was
loved
a
that
good movie. Yeah.
I loved like that. I didn't realize that movie was done by The Rock. The Rock's production company. From what I remember, if I'm wrong, somebody let me know.
No, might be right. I don't know. Nope. Yeah, you're right. That was Becky. That's right. That was Becky because in her book she talked about that, how she cheated on her age to get into the wrestling school. Yeah.
And Rey Mysterio did the same thing. Well, Rey Mysterio did the same thing because Conan told him to.
True.
To get him in the US.
Speaking of Becky, women's IC title match from AJ.
Not a terrible match.
Not a terrible match. No.
Not the best match.
No.
Not terrible.
But it wasn't bad. I like Becky, and I always have. I don't know. I just felt like that. I didn't feel like the story concluded enough there, right? Like with the buildup they had and the drama. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But I am glad to see her win. I want to see, who they're going to put her with now.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Raquel feud or a Lyra. Well, we saw the Lyra feud already.
Yeah, we saw that.
I want to see something different. So
I think we're going to see Raquel eventually go for the championship. And I think that's what's going to cause a rift. I've been saying that. I think that's what's going to cause a rift at the Judgment Day. Because she was doing the Randy Orton look over at the belt during the celebration. AJ,
Becky, and Paige would be a good 3-way feud back for that title.
That would be good.
AJ invokes her rematch clause.
That's who we're probably going to see. We're probably going to see Paige go after the belt next.
Yep.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing Roxanne go after that belt.
Yeah. Roxanne
would be a good mid-card
IC champion.
Yep.
So,
but there's a few people that are potential for a good feud. And Becky's personality, she's just one of those people that can adapt to any person and feud with them.
One of the
she
most.
She does a good job with it.
Another match that was not completely disappointing, but still at the same time, the Usos and
Louisiana Night.
Yep, Louisiana Night versus the friggin' the Vision and I Show Speed.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, post-match when I Show Speed jumped off the only thing that bothered me is allowing someone that young, that green to do a move like that, because I was legitimately worried about Logan Paul after that move, because if you watch it, I Show Speed tucks his arms in and pretty much drops drives his whole arms and elbows into Logan Paul's chest.
I do like what Logan Paul said on Monday night, though, how he's tired of these YouTube influencers coming into his business.
Yeah.
And trying to take his hard work.
You're a YouTube influencer trying to take everything.
I like how he did that, though. But I mean, listen, Speed impressed me. We always knew he was athletic, but he really did do a good job overall wrestling. It was just a weird thing because you have this heel that all of a sudden flips, and the Usos all of a sudden are helping him. It was a little weird. Didn't make a whole lot of sense, but it was entertaining.
You could see the conflict with I Show Speed before that. Over the weeks that, he didn't mean to hit LA Knight with those brass knuckles, all that stuff. You saw that conflict and then kind of not shocked about that.
Yeah. And I mean, again, it wasn't a bad match. It was entertaining.
It was.
It was a decent opener, but it's not one we're going to be talking about for years to come.
Nope.
Unfortunately.
We're not going to be talking about it for seconds to come because Finn Balor.
The Demon.
Did you see his back?
Yeah.
His
the Demon
Dominic
swallowing
Mysterio doll or whatever it was.
Yep.
It was pretty much Demonito holding and getting ready to eat Dominic, a Dom doll.
Yeah, I like that. I thought that was really good. I honestly too, like, the Demon's back, man. Finn is back with the aura. His intro was freaking awesome. Dom did such a very good job too of like realizing what the Demon was and like cowering behind the commentators and everything. So I was happy with that match overall.
Yeah. I'm happy to see Drew or Finn back.
Yes.
Because we saw on Monday night when he came out, the Balor Club intro.
So good.
His NXT intro and him even looking at the camera and saying, "We're back," or "I'm back." I'm excited. I've loved Finn for years and years. So I'm glad to see and
I hope they give him a proper run.
I would like to see him start with an IC title run.
I wonder how much longer he's got because he's not super old. But
no, he's in his early 40s, I want to say.
Yeah. Because he's still pretty
44.
Young. Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, how is somebody like that 44 and can do what he does? And I blow out my back sneezing. And I'm only a year older than him.
Again, because he lives it day in and day out. The man trains for that.
He smokes weed while training.
And he's human.
Did you see that Cody interview?
Oh,
where Cody was talking about
actually.
how his doctor wants him to do 50 minutes of cardio a day, and he was like, 50 minutes of cardio. It's like, so he was like, the doctor said I can walk at an incline. He was like, so I walk around my neighborhood. It's about 45 to 50 minutes. He's like, so I just get a cigar and I walk around. He's like, it's probably counterproductive. Oh, Finn looks at him and goes, I smoke weed while I trained.
It's because Finn has 10 abs. That's why he
Yeah, he doesn't know how to
wears it
share
so well.
abs with the rest of the world.
No,
Just let me get
man,
one.
he's looking great. Like just everything, right? His presence, his ring skills. So I'm really hoping to just kind of let him loose now since he's free of the Judgment Day. Obviously, the feud's going to go on there a little bit still, but he's on his own now,
Yep.
and I'm just looking forward to seeing what they can do with him because he's great.
Yeah, I want to see him go for the IC title and see where that goes because we know right now it looks like outside of Jacob Fatu, Gunther and LA Knight, and that backstage little moment on Raw, it seemed like both of them are going to try to go after the world title.
Yeah, I mean, I know Knight has been wanting a good run at that.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of really seems like he's put in the work to be back front and center, and like he was over for a long
Oh
time,
yeah.
but it really seems like he's putting in the work though to be considered worthy, I guess, of the belt. So
With
I like LA Knight.
Roman being champion now, though, it kind of puts a damper on anyone else being champion right now. Because we can
Wants to
have
go
those
after the other
feuds.
belt.
We can have Gunther and Roman, Gunther's boring as shit. We can have LA Knight versus Roman, but we know that neither one of them are going to win.
Bro, that's one match we didn't talk about, which I actually was surprised. My surprise match of the night on night one, Seth Rollins and Gunther.
That match was ass.
No, I didn't think so. Out of all the matches on that night, too, I think that was one of the best matches. But again, Seth puts on a great show. Seth puts 120% in on everything. And again, I'm not a big fan of Gunther. We know this. But that match, their chemistry and the way they work together, I thought it was a good match, especially in night one comparison. Like if we're looking at all the
Breaker
matches,
coming back the way he did was worth watching.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it wasn't a terrible match. Okay, I may have said it was ass, but it wasn't ass.
I thought it was a match of the night for me. Out of all of them, as far as pure wrestling, I think it was one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Hot take, huh? Especially since I'm not a Gunther fan.
I'm not a Gunther fan either.
No.
So boring.
No. Yeah, and like as a champion, I didn't think he was that great. So,
what did we have for? That's what I want to. Which I didn't look up. Have we had any other trades other than Rhea going to SmackDown?
Well, Street Profits are back.
Yep. Oh, so yeah, that's one because they've been on SmackDown.
Yep. So we're on Raw now. Yeah, I agree. Priest was a better champion than Gunther.
Oh God, yes. 100%.
Campeón. Yeah, who else? Let's see, because I think Punk we think is going to be going over to SmackDown. That's our speculation. Who else? Jacob showing up on Raw.
Roman.
Yeah, Roman on Raw.
It's official now.
Yep, because he's the champion.
We got the call ups.
Yep.
We got Ethan Page, Sol Ruka, Joe Hendry, all advertised as or all confirmed to be going to Raw.
Yep, this coming Monday we have a Joe Hendry concert.
Jacob Fatu's now on the Raw roster. Street Profits on Raw. Royce Keys is confirmed to be on SmackDown.
Ethan Page on Raw. I hope that they revisit the Danhausen Ethan Page stuff in some way.
That would be so amazing. Oh God, yes.
Which let's can we talk about that for a second? Did we talk about the Danhausen moment
on SmackDown or on WrestleMania?
On Mania?
Yeah, because we brought up the whole John Cena thing.
I couldn't remember if we talked about it offline or during the show.
No, we talked about it during your pack opening.
Okay. But that's right. That's why, because I was opening packs and getting super disappointed. Again, Danhausen, another one just over the Mania weekend. I think they did such a great job, and I'm really curious as to how much of it is Danhausen pushing, but they did such a great job with his segments throughout the weekend on social media and even interjected into the pre-show and stuff, right? Like it was extremely well done, and he's just super entertaining. And then his whole segment that he did, and then the post stuff right after with Cena and everything. So again, Danhausen just continuing to he's great.
Just how he stays in character so good. Like
Yeah.
when he was on the red carpet, when he interacted with the Miz and all that stuff. He is so amazing in character.
And seeing him all over social media with the fans is amazing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys have seen it, that deaf girl that's a huge wrestling fan, her and her dad, they have a TikTok.
Oh yeah, that little girl. Yeah, when he was learning how to say curse.
Yep. And then she got to meet him and
Yep.
got to teach him some sign language. It's just,
yeah, he was like, "How do you spell your name?" Her name's Kylie.
Yeah. Just seeing that though, like the way because he's one of those people that you can tell genuinely appreciates every fan that he has.
Yeah.
I think because he's really built himself. So he appreciates it because he knows without the fans, he wouldn't be there.
And the fact that he was told how small he is and all that stuff, that he would never be in WWE, that he would never make it. The fact that he invented something that worked for him to get to where he is. Yep. And it's the fans that helped get him over. And
he even did that interview recently where he talked about that, right? Like how people think like he was really big in AEW, but he wasn't. He only wrestled like once or twice, I think.
Yeah.
All of the stuff that he was doing was backstage, but it was all stuff that he was doing on the internet as a part of AEW. Like he was really building himself. And again, that's what he's done is he's built himself with his vlog, with his YouTube channel, being present on social media. So he said, he was so present online that it made people think that he was more involved in the promotion than he was.
Right.
He was doing more with the indies than with the actual promotion.
Yeah. He only had a few matches, him and Orange Cassidy.
Freaking,
which
I'm hoping we see more wrestling from Danhausen because he fought Kip Wilson and he's now 1-0. So.
I loved that whole thing with the pyro and then him going to the pyro guys backstage and handing them $10. I love how he had the stack with $100 bill on the top and then he reaches underneath and hands him a $10 bill.
Yeah, and he got the hat on and somebody on social media was like, I have proof that Danhausen paid the pyro guys. And he's like, that's clearly not me. He's like, that guy has a hat on.
Yep.
I'm still loving Danhausen. I need to get a Danhausen shirt.
I need one.
But yeah, it's just it's been great. There's one other thing I want to talk about too, that escaped my brain about Mania weekend and everything. Crap, I don't remember what it was though. Danhausen. He got his blimp.
Yep, he got his blimp. He wanted. He was told that one day he could be a blimp pilot.
One day. Oh, I just want to talk about this one thing that I don't know if you've been seeing this now, but the lack of security and procedures around the superstars.
I was actually going to talk about that at the very since this was going to be closer to the end of the show anyway, then this will be our last topic because I wanted to talk about this because it's so ridiculous. The fact that one fan, the big one right now is the CM Punk interaction with the fan. He smacked the phone because the fan would not leave Bailey and AJ alone. Somebody saying, or Booker T saying, a fan followed him into the bathroom and started recording him.
Bro.
Royce Keys, his interaction with a fan because the fan kept following him around, begging him for photos and autographs. And Royce Keys was like, the way he handled that was amazing. I don't know if you saw that video.
I didn't see that one.
The fan was bothering him, and Royce Keys just looked at him, goes, you know what? He's like, this is my time. He's like, pretty much, I'm not always available for you. I'm allowed to have personal time and live my life. This is my time. So and he looked at the fan and was like, I'm going to walk away now.
Yeah. And then Randy Orton was getting mobbed by people. Like, and the thing about it too, because they said this year they were staying at the MGM Grand, and the way the MGM Grand is laid out is that you have the casino that leads right into the hotel side of it. So there's no like separation. It's just like public area.
Yeah.
Whereas the Fountain Blue is where they had it last year, and there was like a separate entrance for guests versus the casino entrance. So they were able to like isolate it more. So then the wrestlers could go out into the public area if they wanted to be more present, but then they could also just go, straight back. And apparently there were complaints from wrestlers and superstars that started Thursday and nothing got addressed. I mean, it's still Saturday, Sunday, and they were still like all these people. And man, the fans were like camping outside of the elevators, waiting for the wrestlers, waiting for the refs even to come out.
Yeah.
Like, guys, listen, I understand being excited I think it's a twofold thing. One, I think WWE needs better protocols as far as protecting their talent, because
Right.
I think they're owed that, the talent. If you're going to be
100%.
represented by a company, they should be doing something to at least help somehow to provide ways for you to get in safer, or at least provide some sort of escort services that, not those kind of escorts in Vegas, but like security escorts.
Yeah.
Just to help them, like, hey, from this time to this time, you guys are going to be here to help escort the superstars safely to their
The
hotel room.
CM Punk incident, though, bothered me more because the part of the MGM that he was at, that they were in, because they were staying in the MGM, was a guest only area. It wasn't like the casino floor or anything like that. It was supposed to be an area for guests only.
Like actual
Because
elevator
the
area.
elevator that they were going up, you need your key to go up.
Yeah.
You
I
need
did
your
see
key
something
card
like
for
that
your
too.
room to scan in the hotel to go up.
There were some
And
people that were like sneaking on the elevators and like getting off on the floors that the wrestlers were staying on and
Yep.
filming and stuff. Like, listen, and that's the other side of it, right? Is, as fans, like we said, you're not owed anything,
right.
right? Like, sure, when they're arriving and stuff, they have the barricades up so you can go and see them arriving,
Yeah.
right?
You
Like,
see them up
you're not
close.
owed an autograph. You're not owed anything.
Right.
If you want that stuff, you show up at the proper times and the proper venues, right? Like,
Yeah.
and again, if you want to see them, cool, hang out, but stay at a distance. Don't
Right.
always bother them, right? If they want to be bothered, and a lot of superstars will do this, they will come up to you
Right.
and they will offer to
And
talk to you.
even if
And then,
you want to, even if you walk by, like we did in New York.
yes,
when we were just randomly walking by, and Elton Prince and Kit Wilson and Xavier Woods were just
Xavier
on
Woods,
the side of the street talking. If you walk up to them and say, hey, I don't want to bother you, but can I have a picture? If they say yes, take a picture with them. Get ready to be on your way. Don't keep them Don't keep them there. And if they say no, I'm busy, walk away.
Yeah, because like even that interaction, right? Like we were walking down the street carrying pizza, and we saw them, and it was just at first we were like, oh my gosh, that's who they are.
Yeah,
Like, we didn't want to bother them really. So
it's like, should I go ask him for a picture?
yeah.
And I was like,
And so,
screw it, I'm doing it.
Because the first thing we said when we walked by was like, you guys were awesome tonight, right? Like, we just gave them props and then kept walking. Then you were like, oh, should I ask him? I was like, just go ask him, right? And you did. Like, you went up and you were very like, you didn't like get right up in their face either. You like stay back a little, like, hey, I don't want to bother you guys, but like, or I don't want to be an asshole. Like Xavier Woods was like, don't be an asshole.
Xavier Woods' interaction at that point, I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah. And like they were cool, just like standing and talking too. Like even Xavier was like, what, you're only gonna take one picture? Like, it's that whole thing. But again, that's one of the situations where you stand back, you ask, hey, do you mind? And if they say, yeah, you know what, I'd rather have my personal time, be like, hey, cool, no problem.
You had
be on your way.
Fun seeing you tonight. Have a good night.
Yeah. But he was like, nah, yeah, come take a picture. And they were all really into it and like posing and doing the, the pretty deadly stuff and all that. Like, yeah. And so it's things like that, right? Like, because you're seeing this a lot more, right? Like the other week, Stephanie Vaquer, that one fan talked about how rude she was and this and that.
Right.
Like, you're not owed anything. You're like, yeah, you're a fan, and sure, you seeing them pays for them, pays their living, but at the same time, you're not owed that interaction. They don't work for you.
Right. Just because you bought a ticket to a show doesn't mean they owe you anything. You got your entertainment out of that ticket price, regardless.
It's like in sports venues, right? Stupid. Like you can talk trash to the team all you want, but when you start getting into their personal space and interacting with them, you're inviting, consequences.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back to the conversation we had before, right? Is that we live in this time where people really don't take ownership of their actions.
Right.
Right. Like they don't want to take, they don't want to realize that there's consequences for your actions. And if you're going to be a douchebag, there's consequences to it.
And if you're that into wrestling, with this whole AJ Lee thing, there's people that are defending the fan, which I don't understand. But if you're that into wrestling and you know them that well, then with the AJ Lee incident, that a couple years ago, she had an incident with a stalker.
Yeah.
And she's very... If I was her, I'd be very skeptical of some fans just following me around.
Yeah. Well, it's like Liv Morgan talked about that. She's had that incident where a couple times now people have shown up at her house.
Yeah.
And then one time she said there was a guy out there ringing the doorbell for a couple hours. talking about who's gonna
and her mom was
he's trying to find the key and get into the house and everything.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the thing, right? And so listen, again, if you're in public and you see Punk and AJ walking through the hotel and you want to film at a distance, but if they ask you to stop, stop.
Right.
You don't get up close to them and film it, right? Like, that's just rude. Like,
don't be the asshole that, and I understand there's that saying, we're not in the UK because, in the US, if you're in public, there's no expectation of privacy. In the UK, there is. Parts of Europe, there is. But here in the US, no expectation of privacy. But have some kind of respect for people. Don't just get up in their face, like you said, and start filling them up close because, and then if they're like, please stop recording me. And then you're like, oh, you have no expectation of privacy in public. I can do what I want. Don't be that asshole.
No. And in theory, I mean, if the MGM Grand or hotel wanted to, they could put a no trespassing on those people because that is private property.
Yeah, it is private property. They were in a guest only, and the guy even said he wasn't staying in the hotel.
Yeah. And I think that's also one of those things too, where, we had this issue a little while ago with the luchadors and people filming them without their helmets, without their masks on, which again is just disrespectful to them as luchadors because that is a whole thing. Is their mask is sacred.
Yeah.
And covering their face is part of the culture and part of the history. And so it's like, I don't know. It's just people want views on social media and they want these clicks that do nothing for them. And they want this fake fame.
The CM Punk fan now says that he's not going to sue Punk because Punk smacked the phone out of his hand.
Good. Punk should have smacked him.
He was like, I'm not going to sue him. I just want him to apologize. Like, apologize for what?
Apologize.
No. I'm sorry you're an asshole.
Yeah. Which is exactly what Punk would say.
Yeah. I'm sorry you're a douchebag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bailey told you to stop. Bailey told you to get away. They moved away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Go away.
And you continue to move in closer.
Yeah.
And film. Yeah.
I'm just sorry this was the first time out of your mom's basement and you don't know how to interact with people in public. Sorry.
Yeah. It's just, but again, I think the big message here is, one, don't be a douchebag, but two, you got to remember, if fans keep doing this, it's going to have consequences, not only for you personally, but repercussions for the whole fan base.
The whole community.
Because they're going to start getting even more strict.
Universe, as it's called.
Yeah. They're going to get even more strict on things. And, you won't be able to see or interact with fans. And because that's the other thing. Like, you see these fans, like you've seen Punk pull up on the street somewhere. And if there's fans off to the side, he'll walk up to them sometimes, grab their phones and film with them, sign stuff for them, right? Like, if they're in the mindset, they'll do it.
At some point, WWE's gonna, if it continues this way, especially with the female superstars, if it continues this way, it's going to get to the point where, like, there's at different venues, there's parking that is inaccessible to people that can't get in. Like, back home, and Steve can attest to this, the Norfolk Scope, where we used to watch wrestling as kids, there's a parking lot underneath the Scope that when you watch the WCW versus WWE stuff, when WCW I can't freaking think right now, when DX invaded WCW with the Army Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
They were banging on that garage door. That is a private parking area for people like the hockey players and stuff that play there.
Yeah.
The WWE's going to be doing that for all the venues, to where they're going to be like, superstars, you need to go here.
And then if you want to meet your superstars and want to take pictures, you're going to have to pay hundreds of dollars just to meet them.
Yeah.
All right. Like, so stop being a douche. And again, one more PSA. Don't be that person that takes like 15 things to get signed. Because at that point, they just know you're selling it. Like, that's not cool. It's like I think it's like people that go to card stores and buy all the cards off the shelves.
Yep.
Like, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
A special word from Skelly: don't use your kids as bait to get autographs.
That's true too. Yep.
We saw there's a couple superstars that were saying that over the weekend, that people were using their kids as like excuses to try to get autographs and pictures. Because there was one, I can't remember who it was, but they said that a fan was like, "Oh, can my kid get a picture?" And then they went over to take a picture, and the person passed their kid off and wanted a picture without their kid.
Yeah. Nah.
It's deep breath.
Yeah.
People like that just get to my core, and I get so upset and angry
Yeah.
that it gets to that point.
Yeah.
We need to
Don't be like that. Don't be that.
we
Don't be that
need to
person.
do better as a fan base there, people.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
better.
Definitely do better.
Yep.